Reapers, man, I'm back and I'm better. This is Devontae, this is Reaper Training, and y'all know what time it is. It's been a minute, dog. I'm definitely gonna start posting more. Said that the last few videos, but I really mean it though. This time I mean it, bro. I mean it. So, a few videos coming up. One of them is gonna be about. I'm gonna have a guest. I'm gonna have two guests really. It's probably gonna be like a 3-part series about the All Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter. Now, obviously, I know what side I'm on, but I wanted to get a different perspective about it and see if I could do whatever minor part I can do in order to educate and kind of build a bit more of a bridge the gap, you know what I mean? Fix the disconnect between our cause and their cause, if it is a cause. It's really not a cause, but I'll get more into that when we get into the videos. So, but today we're going to talk about mental health in the Black community. So, crazy enough, right? I think before this all kicked off, I always felt as though mental health in the Black community, well, I thought mental health in general was just people bitching, right? And that's kind of where the what they call it, toxic masculinity. I think that's one of the true things they talk about, especially in the Black community. Man, we have been brought up to be something like warriors, right? We kind of, if you're a Black man, you know the world's against you. You know what you're up against if you've been educated. Some people haven't, but if you've been educated or you've experienced certain things, you know what the odds are against you. So we all kind of have a hard outer shell about us. I think that's a lot of where it derives from people saying, you know, fuck these hoes and, you know what I mean, things like that. Just kind of the gladiator mindset. You know, we don't love nobody. We don't take no shit from nobody. We just, all the time, we have this shield and this hard outer shell on us. And a lot of that is not really based on any type of media portrayal, nothing like that. I know people want to look at hip hop and things like that, but it's really just like we know what we're up against, man. You can't be soft. You can't. You know what I mean? Depending on where you come from, man, you can't be soft just being outside. You're gonna have to have your wits about you. Be able to throw your hands if you need to. Stand up to somebody if you need to. And but I got to thinking, right, about mental health and basically, if maybe we have too much of a gladiator mindset in the Black community, especially for Black men. For Black men, it made me think back, right? And if you grow up in any type of impoverished environment, you're gonna see some crazy stuff, depending on what your home environment is. And I was exposed to a lot of things growing up, but one of them popped into my head for whatever reason. I think it was because of all the shootings and things like that's been going on, but death is not a normal thing to see. I mean, it's a natural occurrence, but it affects people differently when they see certain things, right? This going to a funeral could mess some people up, right? And I've been told that by plenty of people. Like, just seeing or knowing that someone that you knew before is never gonna be there anymore is a real traumatic experience. And it made me think about the first time I actually saw somebody die, right? I guess we're gonna throw the story in there. So I want to say I was like 16, 17 years old, and I was walking to a doctor's appointment. I actually didn't have a car or nothing like that, so I think the doctor's appointment was maybe like 15 minutes from my house. So I was walking over there, and I see this lady, and she's older white lady, and she's at a corner, right? And kind of put in perspective, if she's at the corner facing that way, I'm coming towards this way, right? I see her, I got my headphones on, I don't say anything. She crosses the street, I keep going. Next thing I know, she gets hit by a car, and I hear it. But the thing is, I heard like the sound of her, like, I don't even know how to say it, with like, it was almost like a crunch. Like I heard the car go over her, I seen it, and then I was kind of like, wow, like this. Like I looked, I was like, damn. And you know, the lady that hit her was hysterical and whatnot. She was kind of going crazy, and I saw it for a minute, watched, and then just went about my business. I kept going. I think I was probably watched for a few minutes and then walked to my doctor's appointment. And I went home. I told my mom, I think, maybe like one other person, and I just left it at that. But I was wondering, like, is it normal to be so detached that seeing the death of somebody, you don't think about it? Doesn't even faze you in the slightest. And I thought about it, and like, it's been a lot of instances. Just I'll hear about somebody dying, or I'll see some things. Like, I know some people when they watch the news, right, and they'll see a school shooting or something like that, or they'll see a video. I think it was the Parkland shooting where the girl had the Snapchat, and they was like recording of it while they was shooting and stuff like that. And people will see it and cry and stuff like that. And I've always been kind of just like, I'm just watching it. Like, it's never been like some of the crazy stuff I've seen. Like, I've just kind of like, you know, I was always indifferent about it. And whenever I see like a person, a man, especially a black man, who's like crying and stuff like that, I instantly get mad. Like, bro, you showing your feelings, you being a bitch. Alright, I don't like seeing people publicly doing it. Doesn't matter what the circumstances. I've had my last supervisor, I couldn't stand him mainly because I hated that he showed his emotions so much. You knew when he was sad, you knew when he was mad. It just pissed me off. It was like, you gotta fucking toughen up, still face, you know what I mean? Fucking be a warrior. Like, stop, like, straighten up, like. And I think that same mentality we pass on into our kids, and it kind of keeps the cycle going. I think this has to be a good balance between the two, right? I guess that's somewhat of what I think the conversation needs to go into in the black community, what we do. Like, we need to have a balance between being strong, because the world is what the world is. You know what I mean? You don't want to be weak. You know what I mean? You gotta be ready, especially in these coming days. I feel like we're heading towards what I feel is a revolution of the liberation of all people. You know what I mean? Hispanics, blacks, minorities. We're coming to a head at a perfect time right now in 2020, where a lot of this bullshit ain't gonna go no more. We're not standing for it. We're standing together. There's a lot of camaraderie right now, and I feel like we need to really, at the same time, while we're fighting for what we're fighting for, start thinking about our own health, right? Our mental health, or like what we're going through. You know, checking on your brother, checking on your sister, checking on your people. You know what I mean? Making sure everybody's good, because you can't get into that mode where you're just too much of a warrior for your own good. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm guilty of it. I'm trying to learn how to be more understanding of people's feelings. And I think we just need to just kind of know when to flip on and off that switch. You know, suicide rates, things like that. We all know the end effect of not really properly understanding our mental health and things like that, and coping with certain things. And we all look at and go through different things, and we need to just kind of come into one of who we are, right? So I guess that was just a little bit of a jump into it. I'm not gonna kind of beat a dead horse, but I'm definitely gonna say mental health is something that we need to definitely pay attention to, especially in these times. So this is Devontae, this is Reaper Training.